This is White Mountains Today on Outside. It is October, it is that time of year, and we're going to get a little supernatural on the show. We want to know where in the White Mountains we might find either places that are haunted or have some supernatural stories to go along with their other stories. And for that, we've brought in the expert. He is Bob Cottrell. He's the curator of Conway Public Library's History Room. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Good to be here.
One of the most legendary stories here in the White Mountains is that of Chocorua. So we all know the pointy, beautiful, scenic mountain that is named after Chocorua. What is his story? What is that legend?
So the idea was that Shakura was one of those folks who worked with the white settlers who were moving in, and he was friends with this guy named, theoretically, Cornelius Campbell. And Shakura went off hunting or traveling for some reason, and he left his son in the care of the Campbell family. And the son accidentally got into some poison that was meant for foxes, and he died. And then Shakura came back, and he was very upset, and he took revenge, and he killed, when Campbell was out working in the fields, he burned the house, killed his wife, killed his children. Oof. And then Campbell got upset and got a bunch of his buddies to go up and chase Chocorua to the top of the point of Chocorua Mountain.
And when they got to the top, what happened?
Well, it says, the legend sequence relates to the mysterious death of Chocorua's son while in the care of a settler named Campbell. Suspicious of the cause, the Pequawket chieftain took revenge on the settler's family. Then in retaliation, this says Campbell killed Chocorua on the peak of the mountain, now bearing his name. So you got to take these things with a little grain of salt sometimes. Again, it could have been one of the different things, but there is a legend, and the Chocorua Lake Conservancy on their website, they have a wonderful analysis of the name of Chocorua. And some people say it means echo in the Abenaki language. So it's like another echo lake, like we don't have enough. And the other one is that it has to do with a snake creature. And so that's a great story too. So there's a lot of, you can really delve into these, and at the Conway Library we'd be happy to guide you on your spirit quest.
and I guess people were really convinced that the area was cursed after his death for a while, and he either before he was shot off the mountain or before he left, supposedly he left a final curse.
Yes, he left
on
this
the white
curse,
man.
which was, your cattle will die, your crops will fail, and that happened. Yeah. That really happened. Again, it has to do with geology.
Yeah.
It has to do with Shakura. I used to live in Tamworth, and we like to say, while Albany may own the mountain, we own the view.
Yep.
If you go through Tamworth and Shakura Village, you see all kinds of open fields. There's big farming, small farmer operations. They go to the Tamworth Farmers Market and stuff. You get into Albany, it's nothing.
Rocks.
It's all woods.
Yeah.
Woods and rocks. And what's going on is the soils are changing. And so the soils in Albany, which used to be called Burton, are not as productive as most of the soils around, north and south and east and west. It's this little area that doesn't grow stuff very well, so except for trees.
Yep.
The other thing is that as the water goes through, it goes through lime, and so it etches out or whatever a thing called muriate of lime, and that slowly poisons cattle.
So, but today things seem to be growing fine in Tamworth. So, Chocorua has forgiven us all, at least for now.
This is a print from a lost painting by Thomas Cole, and if anybody finds the original painting in their attic, I'll pay $100 for the painting.
I'll pay you $101.
Yeah, it's probably worth $100 million.
Oh.
This is illustrated the story of the Campbell family, and here's Campbell, and this guy's calling other people, and this is Chocorua on top of the mountain. And what's interesting, when you transfer from a sketch to a print, you're giving it to somebody else, a print maker,
Yep.
an engraver, etcher, and they kind of shift it around a little bit.
Yep.
And there are art historians who have said that, oh, this is not what it looks like, and therefore Cole never climbed the mountain. Well, we have his journal. We know he did. We know what day he did.
Yep.
It was in October. It was October 2nd or 3rd. And his sketches, though, absolutely show this accurate. Again, you can compare a photograph and the sketch. This big rock is called the Cow. And there is some interesting things, though. This is looking north, but this is Ossipee Lake, which is actually looking south. But he did two different sketches, and they combined them.
Yep. We've been talking with Bob Cottrell, curator of the Conway Public Library's History Room. So many fascinating stories of the supernatural and also man's constant struggle against the wild. If you want to find out, if you want to visit some of these spots on your own, you can visit thecleo.com, where you'll find all these historical markers and all these fascinating places that have just supernatural and non-supernatural histories. And we'll also link to it on our website, whitemountains.tv, so you can go visit some of these spooky places yourself during this Halloween season. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're watching Outside.